Crafty Session video. My name is Anne Granger, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to be with you. Let me just find myself here on my device. I hope you are having a great day. It is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. I hope you are celebrating. Maybe you're in your craft room, maybe you're celebrating with your family and friends, whatever it may be. I hope you're having a great day. I am popping on with a surprise video. Usually I do my videos on Wednesday nights, Monday nights and Wednesday nights. And this week on Tuesday, I came down with a chest infection and have been out for most of the week. So I was like, I really want to do this card class to go because I truly love the cards that I did, and I think that they would be a great one to show, especially if you have the products that I am using. So each week I pick a product of the week. Oh, actually, let me start by showing you, because it is Valentine's Day, we all need to have some chocolate in our life. I would love to know, are you a milk chocolate, a dark? Like, what's your favorite? I love anything milk. Milk with nuts, milk with caramel, anything like that. I do like Lindor's. So yeah, a little variety pack in here. All right. So as I said, each week I pick a product of the week. This week I picked Prayers and Promises. This is a stamp set that is in our January to April 2026 catalog. Let me show you where that is. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's a really nice set. And I'm so glad I got it because the stamp set greetings are beautiful. And it's one of those stamp sets that you can use for sympathy or for someone who is going through something. I really, really like it. And this will be one that will stay in my collection. So this is our January to April mini catalog, and you will find this on page 69. This is actually designed by one of our $1 million sales achievement, which I do have to put a disclaimer here. 1% of the company actually achieves that because it takes a lot of work and dedication to get there. So that is what I'm going to share with you today. It is a photo palmer. It is in our new photo palmer style stamps. I saw a great video yesterday, last night, and I think I might try it the next time. So what I did is I've actually stamped the images. I put them onto a piece of basic white and glued that down. So I am the type that needs to see where my stamps are. And especially when I do classes and events, I want to make sure I have all the stamps before I go home and not missing them and trying to find them a little bit later. So if you're here, say hi, let me know you're watching. As I said, I know this is a surprise video. I don't usually do. I was thinking, oh, I'll just record the video, and I was like to my daughter, should I just pop on? She's like, yeah, just pop on and do a quick live, because people are maybe in their craft rooms working, or maybe just doing something that fun. So I thought I would pop on and share my cards with you. So I always pick a stamp set or a bundle, like stamp set and die, and then I pair it with pattern paper. So when I sat down to create my cards this week, I decided to pair it with the True Blue 12x12 designer series paper. This is one of the papers that is part of our, oops, I forgot to put my light on, product of the month. This was released in December. The other day when I looked, this was actually still available. So each month, Stampin' Up! Releases a product of the month. Here in Canada, that is a $5. You can add it to your cart for $5 when you reach $100 or more here in Canada. It will be different in your market, your country. And then if they have leftovers, they will carry it on until they run out. So this was the one, and it had been sitting there, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna really use it. So I cut into it, and I'm so glad I did because the patterns in here are absolutely beautiful. So True Blue designer series paper, you can't purchase it. You can only get it through an order with the product of the month. The other thing I wanted to share with you is as I said to you, I had been down and out since Monday. Monday night wasn't feeling well. Tuesday didn't go to work, and then I went to the walk-in Tuesday night and had a chest infection. So I was so excited to show you, because my order came, is our new stamping positioner. This is a new tool that Stampin' Up! Will be releasing. Right now, currently, there was 2 ways you can earn it. If you were a demonstrator, there was a pre-order period that you could order. And I was able to order that. The last time I didn't do that, I was so mad at myself. So I was like, nope, I'm ordering it. And I also wanted to be able to show it in my videos. This month, for the month of February to March 3rd, I believe it is, if you join Stampin' Up's community as a demonstrator, you will get the stamping position tool in your kit for free. That's an extra $67 value for you, which is really nice. If you were familiar with our Stamparatus, and had one, you will love this. I had every month I do a stamp and sip with my team where we're online and we're just in our craft room working. And I was actually showing my team last night how easy it's, like literally a push. So if you're a person who has problems using like larger stamps or have arthritis in your hands or whatever that may be, this will be great for you. So I'm actually going to show it to you in action today. I'll use it a couple times on my cards, but I wanted to show what came with it. So you actually get this arm here, and as you can see, it has like springs. So this is meant for long stamps. You can go this way or that way. It comes with this large plate, which will be great for our background stamps or a larger stamp. It comes with 2 magnets. Now, what I love about these magnets is they're in this little black holder, and they've actually got like a little tab for you to easily pick it up. I don't even know if you remember with the Stamparatus, you like had to literally pull them off. So those are really neat. And then it comes with, actually this is what it comes with. And then it's foam on the side and it just sits nicely on your thing. What Stampin' Up! Did was they also made available was grid paper. So this is a pack of grid paper. You get 50 sheets in this grid. So one side is inches and then the other side is centimeters. And what you do is you're just going to line those up in those little holes right there. And now you're ready for your stamping. So, and then this just clips in here. And then this, but I am going to show you how, oops, I just look at those, my 2 blocks stamps just went there. I am actually going to show you how to use this. So let's dive in so I can show you how fabulous it is. So today we are making 4 cards. Like I said, the stamp set is from the Prayers and Promises. So this is available till the end of April, beginning of May. So if this is something you like, you're definitely going to want it. Like I said to you, I really like it because it has greetings that you can use for sympathy cards, but also greetings that you can use for healing. If someone was going through something major that you wanted, or just wasn't feeling well and you wanted to let them know that you were thinking of them, I really, really like this. All right, so the first card we're going to make tonight, this video, I will upload it to YouTube. It takes about less than 24 hours to process. And then I will post it on my blog. So it's www.stampland.com will be. If you were to place an order this week from Monday, I forget what Monday's date was, to tomorrow, which is the 15th at 11, like at midnight, you will qualify for my card class to go. So thank you to those who've already placed an order. I'll be prepping your kits next week. And you will get all the measurements and the supplies you need for the cards. So you will get 1 of each. So basically I would send you all of this. The only thing I can't send to you is stamped images. So you would get the cardstock, the designer series paper, the die cuts, embellishments, ribbon, twine, whatever I use. The only thing I can't do is stamp your images. So you can either use a set you have at home, or you could use the set that I am using. All right, so let's show you the first card. My card today was inspired by a layout when I was looking on Pinterest. Sometimes when I'm scrolling TV, like I'm watching TV and there's really nothing on. Like sometimes I just like to have like hockey in the background. I will scroll through Pinterest and look for ideas, and then I save them in my camera roll so that when I actually sit down to create, I just go through my camera roll and find a design. So this one was a layout that I saw on Pinterest, and the original card was created by Susie Wood. She's a fellow demonstrator in the US. So shout out to Susie. Thanks for the inspiration. So this is what we're going to make. So we have a balmy blue card base. So we're going to fold that in half and score it. Just like that. Then we have a piece of designer series paper. Look at that paper. Like, I think this is one of my favorite patterns, and I think I love it because it actually has the Night of Navy in it. I really like this combination. So the combination in this paper is Night and Navy and Balmy Blue. So, and then I have a piece of Night and Navy cardstock, and then I have a piece of the other pattern. So let's go ahead, and I'm so happy. In my order also came a seal, so I'm so happy to go back to seal. I'm a tape runner girl. I don't know about you, but I tried to use glue, and I mean, it was a love-hate relationship. All right, so let's put that down there. And then we're going to go ahead and put this card stock down. If you're here, say hi. Let me know you're watching. Or if you're watching on the replay, shout out to those replay warriors. I know life is busy right now, and I don't know about you, but this is my safe haven, my happy place. Like I said, I haven't really been in here all week, so after this video and after supper, I'll probably spend a little bit of time. I've also been watching the Olympics. I don't know about you, but I've been like it was a good week to be sick because that's what was on TV. I've been watching, we're huge hockey fans, and watching the hockey and all that. So I'm super excited for that. The women's moved on, and the men's play tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. Okay, so let's move this off to the side. I'm going to show you how this positioner works. All right, so I have that. I've already die cut out a circle just to save us some time. And as you know and follow me, you know that I'm a huge fan of anything stitched, and I love the stylish shape dies. These are one of my staples in my room. I use them pretty much every week. I love them so much. You get 15 different shapes, and they, layer upon each other. So we are using the largest one from the stylish shapes. All right, we're going to put that down. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of hold that in place with one of our magnets. We're going to grab the stamp set. So let's grab the stamp set. And the stamp set I'm using was a really nice greeting. It says, as you grieve, may your memories comfort you, your faith strengthen you, and may hope heal your heart. I really liked that one. I just thought it was a really pretty, not pretty, it was a really nice sentiment, and I just think a nice way to let people know you're thinking of them. Okay, I am going to put it down where I want it, so right there, and I'm going to put in another just there, so it has what I need. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, so I've put down my grid paper, I put down my die, my block has the sticky side up so that it's going to adhere to my mat, my glass plate, and I have my two magnets down. I'm going to put it down, and what I'm going to do, it's easy. Like I was showing my team last night how effortless this is. Like I remember with the Stamparatus, like you really had to push, literally just a push, and look, it actually picked it up. I literally did it with like the push of my index finger. Before you had to like smooth it out. So I've got that. Now let's go ahead and ink it up. We are using the color Night and Navy because I like to show you how products coordinate. So that is the one thing that I got into when I started Stampin' Up. I was a scrapbooker, and I loved, when I learned about Stampin' Up, the one thing that drew me to Stampin' Up, what I loved about Stampin' Up was the fact that things coordinated. I always found it frustrating going to a scrapbook store and like, whenever you be your paper and ribbon. I love Stampin' Up because I can pick my stamp set, pick a pattern paper, I know what are my coordinating colors, and I know what coordinates with my ink, my ribbons, and my embellishments. No guesswork. It makes life so much easier for you. All right, we are going to just ink this up. I'm just going to ink it like that. Now they did suggest, Stampin' Up did suggest that if you're using one of these, you're going to want to use a chamois. One of our chamois will help. So I've inked it up. Now I'm going to put it back in my holder. And as you can see, there's like a little bit of like, if I put this under there, there's room there, right? Like it's not touching anything yet. Literally just going to push down, push up, and there you go. Like it's like slices like butter. It's so easy. It stamps like butter. It's so easy. And then what I do is until I want to get a new chamois, I will just peel this off and then clean it. So I'm just going to put this over here. I have a Stampin' Scrub off to the side and mist, or Stampin' Mist, and I'm just going to clean up my stamp. And then I'll put it back into, my holder. Okay, so I will show you again how easy that is. I will use it for our next project. So but for now, I'm going to stick it to the side. and we'll come back in. So just like that, pull that off, put this together, and there. So as I said, if you were a demonstrator, you were able to pre-order it. If you missed the pre-order, not to worry. Stampin' Up! Did say it might be something that will come back in the future. If you're loving this and you're like, hey, I want to get that for basically for free. Well, not for free, but you know what I mean? As an added bonus, let's say that as an added exclusive bonus, you can join our Stampin' Up! Team. And I am the leader here in Canada, one of the leaders here in Canada, and I have a group of like 75 ladies on our team, and they are family to me. I absolutely love them. All right, let me put that off to the side. Let's finish our card. So let's bring in our dimensionals, and I think I don't have, no, I'm just trying to use up what I have here. So let me go like this. And I'm using like little, the ends around my things. I need to grab another dimensional sheet, and I forgot to do that. So that's okay. We'll just use these for now because they're on the other side of my desk, and I just don't want to have to go search for it. All right, let's pull that up. And put this down. I'm just going to kind of put it there. And then I'm going to bring in, where are they here? They're right here. I'm bringing in the Moody dots, Moody palette dots. These came out in our January online exclusives, and they're part of the lovely Blossom Suite. Unfortunately, these are back order, which means you can't order them. But I had already planned my projects before they went out. But I mean, you could use white if you had white embellishments or something like that. Totally could use them. I actually really like these because they have like my favorite colors, Old Olive, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. So really, really nice. All right, so let's put that on there so I don't poke myself. Move this over here underneath. And there is our first card for today. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. Just a nice soft little touch to let someone know you're thinking of them. All right, that's card number 1. So let me just move this back so I can show you the next one. The next card was inspired by a layout that I saw on my fellow demonstrator friend, Melissa Faust. Melissa is a demonstrator in the US. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, I really like that layout. So let's try it with this stamp set. And I really like this saying. It says, may you feel God's care and healing as you recover, which I think is so, so nice. So that is a card we're going to be making. We have 90 Navy base. I don't know about you, but I like my cards to go this way instead of tall. I just find it nice that way. I have a piece of white, basic white. I have 2 pieces of designer series paper. Now I'm actually doing my paper design different so you can see a different layout combination. I have 2 pieces of those. Here again, there's that favorite pattern that I couldn't stop using. I have 2 pieces of those. I have a navy and I have a white. So let's build our card, and then we'll do some stamping, and then we'll put it together. All right. So for this card, what we're going to do, and I would suggest if you're making a card like this, is to always put your pieces down before you adhere them, because you don't want to do what I did. The first time I adhered it, I was like, oh, I don't like the way it's sitting. And then I had to literally like throw it in the garbage and start over. So this is a great way just to show you how you can do that. And I just want to make sure my insert in the middle fits. So let's just move that down. All right, I'm going to start with my bottom piece. As I said, this is a really nice pattern too, little floral. So the true floral has that soft touch. I've seen this has been very popular. If you're looking for inspiration on you're like, wow, I really like those cards, but what other can I do with it? You can definitely check out Pinterest because they have tons of ideas. Just type in True Blue Designer Series Paper and it'll come up. I'm sure if you Googled it, it would also come up. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to just put this down here. It's kind of a nice little way to use up scrap paper. Oh, I think I just let's pull that off. Scrap paper, and it's a great way to show off. So you can easily make this like a Christmas card. That could be like a birthday card. It could be a thank you card. You could use it for a lot of different things. All right, so now that we have that all secured, let's go ahead and put that down. And we're just going to put it exactly like that. All right, I'm going to move that back over so we can bring back in the Stampin' Piercer so I can show you how beautiful it is. This would be great if you were mass producing. So if you are the type of person who likes to, like, say you're going to on stage, if you're a demonstrator and you want to make a lot of a lot of samples, this would be perfect because you could just line your stamp up and then just keep going, right? You're not really, it's just, it would probably be easier. Okay, so what I use the, may you feel God's care and love as you heal. All right, so let's go ahead. I've got my paper down. I've got the magnets down. I'm going to put my plate in the holes and I'm going to just touch. I'm going to pick that up. So see, I picked that up. Now I'm going to stamp my ink. And just go like that. Ink spots will work really good for this too. All right, put that down. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to use one finger and just show you how easy that is with the spring. Oh my gosh, isn't that like so cool and easy? I love it. Oh my gosh, it is like going to be a game changer in my stamping. And this would be great because I hear a lot of times people be like, oh, I can't line the stamp up in, I can't get it right. This would be a great way to do that also. Let me just clean my stamp here because these stamp things the photopolymers are so sticky. I really don't want to, lose them. Okay, so let's just pull that off and we'll pull that off to the side and we'll use it again so you guys can see how easy it is. It's called the Stampin' Positioner, which is a great little name for it. Okay. Now, when I was doing this card, I actually thought about popping this up, but then I was like, no, I think I'll just leave it flat because it'll coordinate with the other cards that I've done. With the other pieces, I mean, how they lay flat. And then we're going to bring in those dots again. So we're using the Moody palette dots, which are beautiful. They are due to come back in, but it'll be a couple months, so hopefully sooner than later. I always feel sometimes they come in faster than what we anticipated. So, it is a long weekend here in Canada. I actually think it's, oh, where'd that go? Oh, here it is. It's also, I believe, a long weekend in the US. It is Family Day here in Canada. Now, I know not everybody gets it, depending on what profession you are in, but it's an extra holiday for us. So it gives me an extra day of healing, which is kind of nice. So I'll be good and ready to go back for Tuesday. All right, there is our second card featuring the Prayers and Promise stamp set and the True Blue Designer Series paper. What do you guys think? Isn't that a beautiful card? I just love the colors. Like I said, this pattern was one of my favorites. I really had to stop using it. All right, let's go to our next card. Okay, so our next card, I was looking through, like I said, and sometimes when sympathy cards are hard to make. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather make a sympathy card and have them on hand than make it when I need it. So when I was looking for some inspiration, I actually just went onto Pinterest and typed in sympathy cards because I thought, even if I like a design or a layout, that will be good. So this one was inspired by a demo name. Her name is Michelle Quinado. It's Quinno. Now she had a die cut, and I was like, looking through all my die cuts, and I do not have a floral die cut. So that is on my list to make sure I get, because I feel like you could use those as a nice soft touch background. So what I did bring in was the Textured Notes stamp set. Now this is one of our clings. So as you know, if you follow Stampin' Up or follow other Stampin' Up demonstrators, you would know that our cling stamp sets are being faded out. So if they're already in production, they will go. And then starting in November 2025, moving forward, all stamp sets are photopolymer. So I was like, ooh, I really like this piece. So let's try that. And I'm gonna see if I can do this with I don't know if I can do this with the Stampin' tool. So I'm actually gonna use a stamp set because I don't know if I can do what I need to do. All right, so we have our, so here's the card. I have our Balmy Blue cardstock. I have 2 pieces of Night and Navy. And like as I said, I could not stop using that pattern paper. There's the 2 pieces. I've already used that cut out our circles, so that's a stylish shape circles. And I'm pulling in some ribbon, and I'll show you that in a minute. All right, so let's adhere these down so we can go ahead and do that first. Okay, and then we'll do this one. Okay, now let's go ahead and adhere this to this. And here. Okay, now I'm going to use, let's do the stamping and then we can, we'll do that. So I feel like there's going to be sometimes I'm going to want to use the Stampin' Positioner, and then there's other times where I'm going to want to use the block. So I am using the floral design from the Textured Notes. I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp solid in the middle. Oh, sorry. I tell you, I can't get rid of this. And then off, and then off. So what I did was I stamped solid, and then I did again and again. So as you do that, each time you stamp off, it's going to be lighter and lighter. I wanted that soft tone in the background. It's actually pretty sunny here. This winter has been hard here in Southwest Ontario. We've had a lot of snowstorms, a lot of like ice, cold days. So I'm glad that today was actually a beautiful day, and I felt somewhat like feeling better. I took my puppy for a big long walk, so he's now fast asleep, which was good. Okay, we're going to use the greeting, so sorry for your loss, which I think is a beautiful, and I love the font, how it's like solid with some cursive. So let's just go ahead and stamp that down there. Oops, it's a little sideways, but that's okay. It should be a little more. That's all right. It's, you know, it is what it is. All right, let me put that back. I'm going to close this up. And then I'm going to pop this up. So let's see here. I've got some little dimensionals here that I'm trying to use up. I'll just put another one there because it's kind of small. All right, and I have a handy little garbage here. Oops. I think I got them all. All right, let's go ahead and put that down. And I'm kind of going to put it on like a bit of an angle. I am bringing in the Secret Sea ribbon. Okay, as you know, Secret Sea is like one of my favorite in colors. I love it because it really does coordinate well with like Night and Navy. It's lighter than black, but darker than Night and Navy. So which is a really nice one. And this is actually part of the Nature Sympathy. Not sympathy. Nature Sympathy. I can't even say that word. The Nature Suite, which I will be focusing on next week. So I'm excited to, that is my job after supper, is to start working on some projects. And then have them ready to go for Monday. So, all right, I'm just making a bow with this beautiful ribbon. And I'm going to bring in my paper snips. And just kind of clip and clip. And now I like to use, here's a little tip. I have a Stampin' Storage holder that I got from Stampin' Storage Company in the US. And I have all my ribbons. So I used to be, my craft room, it came my stamp room, it came my happy place, used to be in the basement. And then when we finished our basement, I moved upstairs. And I got so used to the beautiful light that my husband was like, let's just keep you in the front room. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. So my goal was when I came up here and built my craft room, my stamp room, was I wanted, because it's right off the front door, I wanted it to be clean and crisp. I wanted to be able to see what I had, because I'm a true believer, if you see what you have, you use it more. where when I was down in the basement, I would have things in boxes and I'd be like, why do I have 9 rolls of one color ribbon? So paper, a binder clip holds it on place, and then I can just see it all in my my storage. So I love it. I would love to know, like, are you a person who loves to organize your stamps and stuff? Sometimes I come in here and just do that. That makes you feel good too. You know, re-ink my re-inker, my ink pads, clean up. So there. All right, here is the third card. Let's bring in some embellishments. Let's pick that up. Why can't I get it? I'm gonna put it right down there, and then there. Oh, there it is. It's on my thumb. See where it is? And then we'll pick that up and put it there. Okay. There is our third card for the today, featuring the prayers and promises, the texture notes, and the True Blue Designer Series paper. All right, so our last project for the May is one, and this was also a fun layout I saw. And I was like, I wonder how I can do this. Now, I think this layout was inspired by Mary Fish. It was a card she had way back on her blog a long time ago, and I really liked the pattern. So this one says, praying that the Lord's promise will bring you hope and comfort in the days ahead. I feel like that's a nice sympathy card. It could be a nice thinking of you card, and it can also be a card that you send to someone who's going through something. So a really nice one. So let's show you how we're going to put that one together. So we're using Balmy Blue. So as you can see, how I love how the cards all coordinate because they have Balmy Blue bases and that. Okay, so I have a piece of Night and Navy, and I have 3 patterns. I wanted to just show you. I was trying to decide like if I liked that pattern, but I felt like it was too much. So I wasn't thinking I was going to use that. And then, of course, I was like, well, I love that pattern. But I was trying to challenge myself. And, of course, I love that pattern. So I was thinking, let's just use this pattern. So, and then I have a piece up here. And we're going to do some punching. So we're just going to cut this into strips. And I thought I would show that with you. So I'm just going to bring this as our paper trimmer. If you don't have a Stampin' Up paper trimmer, you maybe have another trimmer. I'm just cutting them into. So I made it a solid piece and then cut it into 3 strips. All right, so let's bring the card back in so you can see what we're doing. And let's just put this over here for now. And let's go ahead and adhere these down. So let's, like I said to you, always make sure you kind of put things down first before you adhere, because you want to make sure your spacing is good. You don't want to be too close one way and not of the other. So I'm actually going to go ahead and glue down the middle first, so then I know I have that.